On Thursday, the 27th of February 2020, the National Council for Women's Societies (NCWS) held an investiture and awards ceremony for her board of trustees, patron and ambassadors at the prestigious Eco Hotel and Suites, Victoria Island, Lagos. The National Council of Women's Societies (NCWS) is a non-governmental organization made up of a network of independent women organizations in Nigeria who advocate for gender welfare issues in the society. The NCWS, currently led by Dr. Mrs. Gloria Larabashoda, is aimed at improving the welfare, progress and standard of living of women in Nigeria and providing women with the opportunity to participate as responsible members of their communities, thereby increasing women participation in politics. Guests at the event were the First Lady of Ogun State, Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun, who doubled as the representative of Hajiya Aisha Buhari, First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, who is a grand patron of the NCWS. Highly respected billionaire businessman and philanthropist without boundaries, Sir Dr. Kessington Adebukola Adebutu, Jodole Uduar and his wife, Chief Mrs. Koforola Adebutu, Alhaji Razak Okoya and his brother, Chief Tajuddin Okoya, Chief Mrs. Niki Akonde, CON, Erelu Abiola Dosumu, the Chairman, Island Club, Prince Philip Kolabumere, Olori Ladun Shijuade, Princess Abiodun Elegushi and Ifalaje, represented Senator Luremi Tinubu, Mrs. Dorothy Nwodo represented Hajiya Sadiya Farouk, Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development. The monarch of Eleme in Rivers State, His Royal Highness Apollos Chu and his queen. The Akarigbo and paramount ruler of Remoland, Oba Babatunde Ajayi, led a legion of traditional rulers from Ogun State to the event. The event, which was compared by award-winning multilingual broadcaster Prince Bisi Olatilo, the chairman and CEO Biscon Communications, kicked off with the opening remarks of the national president of the National Council for Women's Societies, Dr. Mrs. Gloria Larabashoda. In her remarks, she said the society, which was set up in 1958, has been championing the cause of women empowerment and transformation as it evolves. She added that the society is prepared to do more and will need a functional national secretariat to address the growing needs of women and youth, a counseling and complaint center, a place to promote advocacy programs that will help victims of sexual assault, rape, and other forms of exploitation. She called on well-meaning Nigerians to support the cause.
The main project showed us our desire to give our national secretariat a facelift by making it functional to address the growing needs of our women and youth. We intend to have a counseling and complaint center in the secretariat that will address the issues of gender-based violence and drug abuse, which is becoming more rampant in our society. We would also use the secretariat to promote advocacy programs that will benefit our women. Furthermore, the secretariat will be used as a trajectory to set up women and girls support centers, which will promote the following: vocational skills, pro bono legal aid for victims of assault, rape, and other forms of exploitation, scholarships and mentorship for young girls who do not have the ability to pay their fees. The Secretariat will also provide a one-stop desk to provide information and assistance for women and youths who desire grants for their businesses, work vacancies, skill development, through partnership with relevant stakeholders. The Secretariat will also have a study center to provide extramural lectures for women, youth interested in adult/literacy education, and preparing for local examinations too.
Mrs. Dorothy Nwodo, who represented the Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Hajiya Sadiya Farouk, said she believes every woman should be valued and empowered, saying that the autonomy of women and the improvement of their overall well-being is a highly important end in itself. She commended Dr. Mrs. Gloria Larabashoda for her interest and efforts to restore hope to the Nigerian woman.
It's her privilege to join her fellow women in advocating to improve the welfare, progress, and standard of living of women in Nigeria. That in 2019, the United Nations Office for Coordination of Humanitarian Affairs estimated that 7.1 million Nigerians remained in need of humanitarian assistance, and that is the reason why her ministry was established. Under this administration, the Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management, and Social Development enabled the development of the National Emergency Management Policies, collaborated with USAID and the World Bank to finance a disability and women empowerment program, and is partnering with the World Food Program to strengthen the school feeding program and other humanitarian affairs in which the women of Nigeria are called to this initiative. So on this note, I want to thank the organizers of this important event, and we look forward to collaborating with you people in the future.
Miss Marilyn, who represented Mr. Camille Kemanse, the president, Youth Dialogue, said women play a crucial role for a healthy and more productive society, adding that women should be given equal opportunities in decision-making bodies. In her remarks, Chief Mrs. Nikki Akonde, CON, emphasized that the only thing being asked by women in a patriarchal society such as ours is the opportunity to do more, express more, and achieve more. She commended Dr. Mrs. Gloria Larabashoda for engaging in such a worthy cause.
You can see a lot of women are doing very well. They are doing their businesses very well. They are contributing their own quota as well, and she's encouraging them. Let me go back memory lane. Late Mrs. Mariam Babangida was the first to recognize the better life for rural women. I was one of the people that served on the board of the National Center for Women in Abuja, the pioneer. And this woman kept on encouraging women. And the current president of National Council of Women's Society is keeping up. Keep the flag flying. Nigerian women will support you in whatever you do. We want to continue to contribute to our own quota. You will permit me, because if I'm supposed to be talking about women, I can take a whole day. But because there are a lot of activities for today, please, I will wish the guests to contribute and help the National Council of Women's Societies in all that they are doing. I thank you very much.
His Royal Majesty Apollo Chu, a member of the Board of Trustees of the Ncwc, said political parties are the primary and most effective structures through which women can become politically engaged and get elected. He urged political parties to make practices, policies and values that will have deep impact on women.
You can see that women make complaints and try to propose, try to come out into elected office, and then instead of seeing women supporting themselves, you see throw more weight to the men. So sometimes I will encourage that the men, aside giving women political appointment, political appointing office, we should allow them to try themselves into elected office. I believe that one day when we give them opportunity, all opportunity we're giving them in terms of the ministerial offices, parastatal chairmen, and all over, we can see that they were doing wonderfully well. And we all know that. And then if you now give them more opportunity, let them not just be the one that when they choose, okay, let them compensate them. I believe that they are just compensating them, by giving them political office. They are not giving them the trial for men and women, youth of this country to elect them legitimately into elected office. And I think they will do well.
In their separate submissions, Haji Aramato, who was the former president of the NCWS, and Mrs. Abiodun Elegushi Faraje, agreed that women must be encouraged to be all that they can be. They also spoke about the need for women to support one another to thrive.
Women should be encouraged. Like I said, women are very important in the community. Most importantly, if we don't participate in politics, politics is what determines the policies that are being put in place. If we stay back, no one will represent us, no one will talk for us. And like she has said, I'm also appealing to our men to give us a chance. They like to muscle us. As a sole administrator, what I did was I was just focused. They wanted to oppress me, but I achieved because I kept my mouth shut. When I needed to achieve, I don't say it to them. I won't say it, I just call for a meeting. We're meeting tomorrow morning. My agenda, I know. When we come in the morning, because when you tell them, they will scuttle it. When I come in the morning, I say, yes, today we are going to so place. We had to, generate revenue. We also had to be good to the people. We are there. We are there for them, for the people. And that way I was able to achieve. And then also in the revenue area, before I got there, the revenue of the local government was 46 million a year. But with that, my style, I was able to achieve 138 million in 1 year. And I just served as a sole administrator for 1 year, 1 month. So women, we are credible people. Give us a chance. Thank you.
The ceremony for the investiture of patrons into the National Council for Women Societies began with the installation of the First Lady of Ogun State, Mrs. Bamidele Dakwa Abiodun, as the patron of the NCWS Ogun State chapter. In her response, she thanked the team and commended their great work towards the empowerment of women in the society.
I am quite delighted to join you here today. I know I am in good company at the National Council of Women Societies as I join thousands of women leaders and mentors before me who have taken it upon themselves to advance women's rights all over the world. Let me say what a great honor it is for me to accept this decoration as patron of NCWS in Ogun State. I would like to thank the National President of the NCWS, Dr. Gloria Shoda, the Board of Trustees, and the entire team of NCWS for the far-reaching work you are doing in the improvement of the welfare of women and empowering them to actualize their potentials in our country. We find ourselves at a pivotal point in history where the essence of womanhood is rapidly evolving and expanding. Women are rejecting the limitations of traditional gender roles and widening the scope of their expectations, their goals, and their ambitions. We are, more than before, occupying positions of influence and authority across every field of endeavor.
Others who were honored as ambassadors at the event were Mr. Camille Kemase, Engineer Babatunde Ishola, Chief Mrs. Kofu Rola Adebutu, Mr. Kolawole Obisheson, Honorable Ladi Adebutu, and Hajiya Sadia Farouk. The high point of the ceremony was the installation of members of the Board of Trustees of the National Council for Women Societies. And Sir Dr. Kessington Adebukola Adebutu, the Odole Udua, was formally inducted as the Chairman Board of Trustees of the National Council of Women's Societies. He was also honored as a doctoral fellow of the International Society of Project Management and Development Professionals, the very same honor bestowed on Dr. Mrs. Laraba Shuda.
It gives me great pleasure to be at this event, be my investiture as the chairman, Board of Trustees of the National Council for Women's Societies. Apart from the dignified and eminent ladies in this membership of this unique society, one of the motivating factors that influenced my embracing this society is the pivotal role of women in society building. There's no one living, I repeat, there's no one living who does not have many positive things to say about womanhood, especially our mothers, spouses, even our daughters. It is quite impossible to forget in a hurry those vital women's roles, such as keeping us in the womb for 9 trying months, nurturing us from cradle to adulthood, being formidable pillars behind successful men, and to continue to encourage and appreciate our women folk, I humbly appeal to government, corporate bodies, and public-spirited individuals to support this society, as I will equally strive to do by the grace of God.
Sir Kessington Adebukola Adebutu, who was surprised at the multiple recognitions he received, said he was elated to be honored in such a great way and acknowledged the impact of women in the society. He also appealed to government, corporate bodies, public-spirited individuals and other members of the Board of Trustees to support the society and help in raising it to an enviable height. Next was the presentation of the National Council for Women's Societies Building Project to guests, after which goodwill messages followed. Senator Oluremi Tinubu's goodwill message was delivered by Princess Abiodun Elegushani Falaje. She commended the good works of the society and encouraged them not to stop. The goodwill message of the First Lady of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Hajia Aisha Buhari, followed afterwards. The message reiterated the commitment of the Buhari-led administration to emancipate women, which is evident in the increment of budgetary allocation to tackle women issues in many of the administration's proposed programs. She appreciated the organization and pledged her continuous support.
I am honored to represent Her Excellency, the First Lady of Nigeria, Hajia Aisha Buhari. These are her remarks for this occasion. It gives me great pleasure to address our women, the mothers of our nation, the President, the Board, and the members of the NCWS here present. I am happy that we have such a powerful voice for women as the NCWS, pushing our agenda and speaking up for millions of women who may otherwise not have a voice of their own. Thank you all for the work that you are doing in supporting women in their careers and in their homes. Thank you also for supporting nation building and for fostering peace among our people. I truly believe that the more women we have in leadership positions, the better chance we have of understanding one another, no matter our religion, our tribe, or our tongue. The National President of the NCWS spoke the other day of the need to have more of our women in leadership, especially in government appointments and in various state cabinets. I am happy to see that more of our governors are gradually responding to this call. They have not done enough though, but I believe that progress is being made.
The vote of thanks and a series of photo and video sessions brought the event to an end. BISCON Communications congratulates the National Council for Women's Societies under the able leadership of Dr. Mrs. Laraba Shoda on the successful hosting of their award and investiture ceremony.